this is day 2 of self-quarantine. I'm going to talk a little bit about what I do with new puppies, Old English Sheepdog puppies in particular, but I've also done it with my son's boxer, and I had a Border Collie mix and a Cattle Dog mix. When you get this new puppy, you'll want to do a lot of handling and make it a positive experience for the puppy. That means every night what I would do when I had I had litter mates. My husband and I would take turns grooming them at night. We would play groom them. They didn't need to be brushed out or anything. They came to us at 9 weeks old. And so every night we would take a comb and we would go over the entire puppy with a comb. And we would flip up the ears and look in there and touch them gently. Each ear. And then we'd look in their eyes and get the gunk out of them, like he's got gunk in his eyes right now. And then we would look at their teeth and look at their teeth careful, and that was good. And then we'd give treats. After each one of those things, we would give a treat. So we would look at the ears, and the dog would get a treat. We'd look at the eyes, and the dog would get a treat. We'd look at the teeth, then the dog would get a treat. We'd open the mouth like this and take a look, and the dog would get a treat. And the idea was just to make this a fun and happy time. We also did the nails. Every night we had a cardboard fingernail file that we would take and run over each toenail. Just a quick swipe or two over each toenail, so the dog got used to having her nails handled and trimmed. Eventually we would add the clipper. If the nails got too long, we would take and clip them back a little bit, but never too short. You give a puppy a bad experience with nail clippers, try not to make a big deal about it because it can happen. But it's best to not give a puppy a bad experience. I had a cattle dog she was a cattle dog mix. And one of the techs at the vet had accidentally trimmed her nail too short. And for years, she was terrified of having her nails trimmed. So I ended up finding a video online by Dr. Sophia Yin that showed me how to counter condition her. It was several years later. And so she did fine. I just plucked his ears. Thing too with Old English Sheepdogs, sometimes you can just, certain breeds, Old English Sheepdogs in particular, some of them need to have the hair in their ears plucked. And so with a new puppy, I'll just take and flip up the ear flap like this, and I'll pluck a couple hairs and I'll pop it back down, give them a treat, and take and do it on the other side, the same thing, and flip it down and give the puppy a treat. And that's all I'll do for the night. It's just to get the puppy used to handling, the handling that's going to be required when the puppy is an adult. And it's going to be a lifetime requirement. So it's important we get these dogs used to being handled. So, and it's not, you want to handle the puppy all over. You want to handle their neck, their back. You want to, if you can, sometimes they don't want to roll over, but if you can get them to roll over, you want to check their tummy, you want to check their undercarriage. And if they have testicles, give them a feel, make sure they're okay. Because what you do with this puppy now, if this dog was not used to that dog might swing around and snap at you. You don't want that. You want your dog to be used to being handled. It's going to make it so much easier down the road. Right, Rumpy? So, I think that's it for tonight. Go play with your dogs. Again, we're going to get that look again. Yes. Good boy. He's making good eye contact and head down. Good boy. Good boy. Have fun.